Hi, I've got a great tip to share with you today. Have you ever been doing a lot of the same embroidery and you kind of get tired of cutting a piece of stabilizer in a square of fabric that fits the hoop when the embroidery is actually pretty small, so you're wasting a lot of fabric, you're wasting a lot of your stabilizer? Well, here's a trick that will help you. What you can do is cut a long strip of fabric and a long strip of stabilizer. You could actually leave the stabilizer on the roll, although it's a little bit cumbersome to do that, but you could. So you cut a long strip and then you would do your embroidery. When that embroidery is finished, all you would need to do is simply pop it out of the hoop and move it up and then hoop again. And you're saving yourself some fabric and you're saving yourself some of your stabilizer. So sometimes when I use this, I could have been used on this particular project. I was stitching out 4 peacock designs on navy blue fabric. So I could have just had one strip of fabric, stitched out my design, scooted it up in the hoop, stitched out the next one, scooted it up, and stitched out the next one. Doesn't save you tons on your stabilizer, but does save you a little bit. Here's another example of a beautiful project that could have been done that way. Again, the purple fabric could have been cut as a long strip. The embroidery design could have been done, moved up in the hoop, and then repeated, and you're just saving a little bit on your materials. Now, the other time that this would work is I have a project here, and this has my front fabric, my batting, and my backing fabric. This is actually a project where I am quilting in the hoop, and the front of my project is going to show and the back of my project is going to show, and I'm quilting it all at once. So I can go ahead and just layer those all together, stitch out the one design, move it up, stitch out the next design, move it up. Now there's a little trick in doing that also. What you can do is mark your hoop. So on the first one, I simply hooped and stitched out my first design. Then I marked my hoop with a piece of painter's tape. So the bottom of my painter's tape I placed at the top of my design. So then what I did was I removed my project from the hoop, I slid this up, and I made sure that the bottom of my painter's tape was below the end of my first design. Therefore, when I began to stitch my next design, I knew that it wouldn't run into my first design. After that design was stitched, I'd remove everything from the hoop, I'd slide my project forward, making sure that the bottom of that design is somewhere above the blue painter's tape. So that's just a little quick tip for you so you can save a little bit of your supplies and go a little bit further with the fabric, which we never have enough of, with the fabric and the supplies that we have. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy that little tip.